my name is Lisa, and I'm going to be your counselor today. I just wanted to tell you that everything you say is going to be confidential unless I think you're going to harm yourself or someone else, and I have to report that. Okay, so do you understand that? Okay, so what part brings you in today?
Well, I just really struggle sometimes when I think about being with people, and I really have trouble, especially like going from my car to work. It's really like it takes me a long time, and I have to go into work early so that I don't see a lot of people, and I just feel like I can't be normal because I'm always like I think about everything so much. It takes me like twice as long to do everything.
That's really hard. So how have you coped with that?
Well, can you explain coping?
Coping, how do you deal with that? Like whenever those feelings come about, do you drink? Do you do drugs?
Well, I just like to drink. Most of the time, I just think about it. I dwell on it. So if I'm like nervous about going to work, I just sit in my car for a while. Or if I like need something, I like think about it, or I'll like call my sister. But if like after the fact, like at the end, then I like to go home and like make a drink or two or three.
Okay, so drinking is something that's...
Yeah, I mean, it just loosens you up and it makes you kind of forget, and it's just easier when you can just have a drink.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit. When did this start for you?
I think probably in my teens, when I was a teenager. I had really good friends in middle school, and then in high school it was just like really started to kind of deteriorate, and I really had trouble being at school and just really felt judged a lot and just was uncomfortable being there all the time.
Yeah, that's really hard. So, was there like an incident that happened?
Well, my boyfriend, Mikey, was with me at Walmart once, and we were in there, and I just thought that my socks weren't matching, and I knew that everyone could see them, and I just knew I felt like everyone was looking at me. The people who were working there, the old ladies who were shopping. It was the senior day, and everyone was looking at me, and I had a meltdown in the middle of Walmart, and I had to sit down, and I couldn't keep going, and he eventually had to just take me out of the store, and we had to leave our cart with all of our stuff. But that was when we were still together.
So you just you felt like everyone was judging you?
Yeah, they were looking at me funny, and I could hear people laughing, and everyone was talking, and I knew it was about me, and I looked funny. I hadn't changed, and I just looked ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. So that has to be something really hard and associated with your ability not to go out and stuff. So you mentioned Mikey. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about him, please.
Well, we were together for like 4 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah. And it was great when we first met. I think he could handle being around me a little bit better then, but then I started to have trouble in public and Walmart. I mean, we didn't break up right after that happened, but I certainly never went back to the grocery store, and so he'd have to do a lot of things for me, and eventually just got tired of it, I think, but I enjoyed being with him.
Yeah. Was it a good relationship other than the strain from?
Yeah, for me it was pretty good. I don't know if it was the best for him, but it was good. He was nice, and I mean, he was patient with me. Not very many people are patient. None of my friends from high school really stayed friends with me after I started having trouble, and college was really hard, but he was always there.
Yeah. So, how do you go to the grocery now? Like, how do you get your food?
Well, I have a great sister.
Okay.
She goes for me a lot. I don't really go in grocery stores. Sometimes, if there's like specific stuff I need that I know she can't go, it's like she goes to one store, but she like doesn't like to go to the liquor store. I'll like order it online, and it'll come to my house. But she usually goes to me like once or twice a week. I mean, she's already going.
Yeah.
And so it's easy enough for her to get my stuff too.
You have a great sister.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, so you came in today. So you are aware that...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want to change.
I do, because, I mean, my sister, that's great. I don't have to go to the grocery store, but work, like, I don't work with people, but it'd be nice to make friends,
Mhm.
especially since Mikey's not in my life anymore. I don't really have any friends, and it'd be nice to make friends.
Mhm. So what are your goals for coming in here today?
Well, my sister, I told you about her. I really
Mhm.
love her, and I mean, she is so sweet about going to the grocery store for me, but sometimes it's a little bit hard, I think, on her, and I just feel like we've kind of grown apart over the past few years,
Yeah.
and her birthday is coming up, and it's a really big one, and we're celebrating, and she's going out with a bunch of friends, and I mean, I love an LIT, but I don't know if I can go with them because I don't know all of her friends, and I don't really think they like me, especially because I'm sure she talks about me sometimes, and so my goal would be to go to her birthday because I love her and I want her to feel celebrated.
That's a great goal to have.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it.
I think that we can.
Okay.
We can take steps to get there. Is there any other goals that you have in mind, or
I might like to try to get Mikey back.
you do?
Yeah, he's great.
Is that a really important relationship to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, tell me a bit about your parents and your history with that.
Well, my mom, she always hated to make phone calls. And I remember when I was little, she would make me make phone calls for her. So, like, if she even had to call a dentist to, like, leave them a voicemail to say that we couldn't go, she would want me to call. And I remember she would always hate that. And sometimes it would be like she'd have like to cross off her checklist for like 3 days in a row to call someone, even if it was like a friend. And it didn't bother me. I would make phone calls for her when I was little, but I remember that from her. My dad was pretty great. He worked a lot. He was really busy. But he was good on the weekends, when he was home, and I had pretty great parents.
So, do you think that your mother also struggled with social anxiety?
Maybe a little bit. She was better in person, face to face, but when she couldn't really like see how people were reacting to her, she had more trouble, and she would definitely she felt like she had to measure up and had to be a specific thing for people.
Okay. So, with this, how can we take a step towards being able to go with your sister?
Well, I would like to be able to go to work at the normal time of day.
And what time would that be?
Well, I get up right now at 5, and I get ready, and I leave the house at 6, and then I go to work, and I get to work at 7. And there's people at the hospital earlier because, sick people, they don't really take time off, but nor do the doctors and nurses. But the majority of the technicians and stuff aren't really in their spots until 9, so I have to go 2 hours early to avoid people. So I'd like maybe to be able to interact with them, especially familiar faces, because even though we don't work together, I see them sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I think if I knew their name, and I knew that they were familiar, it'd be okay. I don't really ever want to have to go to the grocery store again. I'm not sure I can for right now, but
so that's not we don't want to.
That's not really a desire. I mean, maybe that's probably something I should be able to do. I am 25 after all, but
we can work on that later.
Right now, I just want to be able to interact with people that I recognize, because I recognize my sister's friends, and it shouldn't be hard to go out with them, but yeah, it's just going to be a slow process, and that's 2 months away.
Yeah, so we have time.
It doesn't seem like a lot of time.
Okay, so that stresses you out.
Yes, it seems like that's tomorrow. I have to and I'm going to need an outfit because they're going to wonder what I'm wearing, and I probably should start working out but I can't go to the gym. Yeah, and I can't run either in a light of day, so that's going to be a struggle. So I'm going to need to be ready for this party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fully confident that we can get you there.
Okay. Are you a personal trainer?
I'm not, but I'm fully confident that we can give you some more healthy coping skills instead of the drinking, because I don't think that that's going to be the most healthy for you.
But I'm going to drink there.
Yes, there. What do you think, how do you think you could cope better with getting there?
Maybe I could pick up knitting. But I could not knit in front of those people because they would judge me for that. They'd think that was crazy. And you can't knit in a bar.
No, you can't.
Okay, so knitting, no. I learned how to knit from my mom when I was little. I just really like margaritas. I don't see what's wrong with a margarita.
When you get really stressed, what do you think you could do to take your mind off of it?
I could go to sleep.
Yes, that would be something you could do.
But I guess that's not. I can do it at night. That's what I do when I get home.
Yes.
If I'm stressed, I just go to bed. I just get a drink and I go to bed. But I guess I can't do that in public. So
Yeah,
scratch
so
that one. Knitting.
That's probably
sleeping,
not the
no.
best.
I can't paint in public. I love crafting. It's really therapeutic for me.
That's awesome. Why don't you try to do some crafting at home and trying to maybe limit your
wine and painting.
That could be something you do.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun. Yeah. Does your sister? How is your all's relationship?
I love her. She's great. She really loves me, obviously, because she shops for me like once or twice a week. But it's a little harder recently. She doesn't usually like to come in after she brings me my groceries and like talk or hang out. Because she's one of the few people I can just hang out with and don't care. Because I know she loves me. But yeah, we don't spend as much time together anymore. And sometimes she doesn't want to go twice a week to the grocery store. Sometimes she's like once a week is enough. But it's like when you run out of tequila, you run out of tequila.
Yeah.
You know? So it's this trouble there.
Is that hard on you? Is that hard? No, your sister, that relationship, is that hard on you?
Yeah, because she's one of the few people that, my parents are far away now, so she's one of the few people that really understands me and Mikey's gone. You know that. Yeah. So it is hard because she's one of my, she's my rock. She's what I depend on.
That's really hard. Yeah.
And she doesn't really like to talk to me about it.
So you said that you want to kind of make more familiar faces and get to know people. How did you and Mikey meet? How did that happen?
Well, I went to the park because I had a dog when I was younger, and I would go to the park frequently, and he worked at a hot dog stand near the park, and so I would go and I would see him like every day, and so he just became a really familiar face. And this was still, I could still go out, and I liked especially outside, because outside people are like more focused on whatever they're doing, and they're spread out, so I don't think they're judging me. And so it was like not a stressful environment, and he was just always there, and so I associated him with like being outside and my dogs. I liked that. And then I just started getting hot dogs. For about a year, I got hot dogs from the hot dog stand. Yeah. And then eventually I asked him out. Okay. Because he wouldn't ask me out. So you asked him out? Yeah. Wow. I know. Awesome. Isn't that impressive for me? I'm very impressed. Yeah, but I figured he'd been giving me relish on my hot dogs for free for a year, so it might have been something. Yeah. Oh, that's really a good one. Good one. I like it. Yeah. I can see that you're still really, really hurt by that. Yeah. I can't go to that park anymore. Oh, that's really hard. Well, I don't have a dog either. But. That's really hard. Mm-hmm. Did the dog help you any? Yeah. He liked tequila too. Oh. Yeah, I think that might have been, the vet said that was the reason that he died. Oh, okay. He had small amounts of tequila. It's really not funny. It's just, I mean, when it's the only thing that you have and you lose it, you gotta laugh at it, kind of. Yeah, I mean, I feel like laughing is your coping mechanism a little bit. I could use that. I could start telling, I could be a comedian. Oh, there's too many people. No, come on. But would you ever consider getting a dog again? Yeah, maybe. And maybe not. Giving it liquor? Yeah. I guess you could go to the, but you learned from if my sister, mistake. Yeah, my sister could get the food from the store. That would work. Yeah, because your sister seems to be really stand-up girl. Yeah. Okay, and so we have 2 months until we're going. Okay, so what steps are we gonna take towards that? I'm gonna try painting at night. So, are you gonna do you think that maybe you could invite them over to your house? How does that make you feel? Who? Your sister's friends, or how does that make you feel? So maybe you can see them in an environment that you are comfortable with before you. Well, I'd have to remodel my house. It's very out of date. Okay. So that's probably a no. So that stresses you out? Yeah. They would judge me. Why do you think they would judge you? Because I don't even like my house. So why would they? Yeah. It's hard. Well, I think we're out of time, but I think that we can definitely work together. Painting. I can paint by myself. And maybe one day I can invite someone over. Yeah, it'll work out.
But I definitely think that we can take more steps next week when we meet.
Okay.
I really enjoyed meeting with you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. See you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.